Welcome back to this little RNG manipulation tutorial. So we can RNG manipulate the Seitengrat on the Nintendo Switch version and PC version of Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age. So right off the bat, there's one difference for the PC version than Switch version for the RNG manipulation in this tool right here. As soon as you load your save file, you have to press this get time button here. You don't have to do this on Nintendo Switch. I don't know why exactly. The people who made this tool, Tranquilit and Chaos Bellsmon, they probably know because they both made this RNG tool. If you have further information, or if you want further information on how this exactly works, like the whole math behind it, you should probably ask either of those two. Yeah, that's about it. You only have to press get time, otherwise you cannot RNG manipulate on PC. There's also a reason why we are in the home screen right now, is because we have to boot from a cold boot, because otherwise the RNG is gonna be super random and we cannot streamline the RNG, and we cannot figure out where we are in the RNG right now. So we have to do a cold boot to figure out where we are at right now in the RNG position. And another thing, on loading, we have to mash the confirm button as fast as possible to get in game as fast as possible. The title screen and the loading save file screen, they both consume RNG. That's why we have to go through them as fast as possible, otherwise you cannot do the RNG manipulation. And that's also why your last save, not autosave, your last save in general, not autosave, just manual save, had to be at a teleport crystal, preferably Ogiri and Sasansi, because in this place you can do the RNG manipulation without anything else advancing the RNG passively. So what you have to do here is basically just mash confirm button without having like to press up or down in between with the D-pad up or D-pad down. Just mash the confirm button and make sure you're as fast as possible in your save file active, being able to play the game. So let us just do that. As soon as the autosave thing pops up, we're going to mash the confirm button. And the PC players have to press the get time button right about now. That's how fast it has to be. Otherwise, your RNG manipulation will most likely not work. 2473, we now have to type down 5 cures at least, which are going to be separated by commas without a space in between. I'm going to do this 5 times. 2520, 2512, 2445, and 2363. And now we calculate. I've already adjusted my things here. The Zodiac Age version on Switch. Character level 99 from Penelo. Her magic power is 99. He has Serenity. And I've already given Vaughn the diamond armlet, so we don't have to do that later. So now, after the RNG list loaded, it does take quite some time sometimes. Usually like up to a minute. If it takes longer than that, probably the seed was not found. If you can see the words pop up beneath the calculate button, seed not found, you just have to reset and do it again. Go back to the home screen, close the game, and just cold boot the game again, and just try it again in general. So to get the Seitengrat be able to be manipulated, what we have to do, we have to enter a pattern in second search bar, which is this one right here. I will put that down in the description so you can just copy paste it. Otherwise, writing it down all the time will be bit annoying. We have to find a early pattern, hopefully. Okay, that's really early. 1200 positions is not that far in. I usually get around 20,000 positions. I yesterday had an all-time high of like 68,000 positions, and for the love of God, I'm not going to move 68,000 positions only to get this pattern. I'd rather reset 5 times to get a 1200 position rather than going for one 68,000 position. Okay, so our pattern is at 1215. However, because the pattern starts at 1215, that does not mean we can then at 1215 go to the Seitengrat manipulation, or the Seitengrat chest, rather to the airship, and then go for the Seitengrat chest, because that does not work that way. Because there's more RNG being consumed in the meantime. So what we have to do, we actually have to cure less than 1200 times, or advance less than 1200 RNG positions to get there. Reason why is because there are NPCs running around in the 3 areas where we are, which is whereever, the inside of the airship and the outside of the airship. And all those places consume RNG because they're NPCs having like idle animations, walking around, and all of that consumes RNG. All of that consumes RNG constantly and continuously. So whenever you're in those places, you have to go through them as quick as possible. No 4x on 1x, because if you do it on 4x, you're most likely gonna mess up and you will not get the Seitengrat, because you probably spent too much time in those areas. Also, if you randomly talk to a person you should not talk to, let's say if you talk to the Stroll attendants, and you ask accidentally you want to fly with them, you're already messed up. Because that's what happened to me earlier, and I can confirm that talking to the mistress from the Stroll, it does mess up your RNG manipulation. So yeah, this is very ugly, it's very specific, and sadly it's not that consistent either. But it's the only way to somewhat consistently get the Seitengrat manipulation, or Seitengrat in general. So yeah, let's punch Penelo for a bit. It's like 110 punches. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 32, 5, 7, 9, 1. Two, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 5, 6, 8, 9, 100, 6, 7, 8, 9, 110. Okay, 110 position, 110 punches. We should be at around 1100, I think. 2630. To check where we are at right now, we cure 3 times back to back, 2550, and write them down like we did before, but just 3 times instead of 5, 2550. And find 1100. Okay, so as I stated, we have to be earlier in our position here than we were before. So which position do we have to get into specifically? This is where the inconsistent part comes up. Sometimes the game consumes a little bit more positions, sometimes a little bit less. But what usually works for me the most is going with the minus 23 positions. So in this case, if I go with minus 23 positions, then I'm going with 1192, so 1192. 1192. That's my RNG position. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. gonna move 5 positions to see how it advances. 2507. $23.73 and $24.24. $11.56. So yeah, I said minus 23, which is 11.92, right? Which would be this one, 251, 2551. I'm gonna punch myself like 2 more times for safety's sake. I've went over the pattern too many times before, so I'm not doing it. 2609. 2421. 2358. And let's find it. 79. Okay. 92 is our position. This is going to be our last consumed number, 92. Which we are going to do. Yeah. Or wait. Should we do... You said 23. Ah, look. Okay, let's... That's whatever. 251, 2551. People say minus 21, minus 22, and minus 23 has been working for them. I've been using minus 23 thus far, and minus 23 has been working for me. A couple times. I don't know how consistent minus 23 is, but minus 23 has been the most consistent one for me. Okay, since we are currently on this position right here, we're a couple positions off from 92, which is this one. We can go at least 6 positions, I guess. Oh, not fire out, it's bad. That's 3 positions. Or, no, it's 2 positions per cast, so we're 6 positions in. That's 2499. We're currently here. We can go another fire, actually. And this is 2602. 2471. 2540. And 2551. Okay, what we now have to do, we have to go through the airdrome as fast as possible without talking to someone accidentally that we don't have to talk to. We just have to go to the airship ASAP. Leisure craft, and then immediately cutscene skip. Take the shortest path to the door, and then opening the chests as fast as possible. Otherwise, you will not be able to get the Seitengrat. Everything is very timely. So let's see if we can get it. Okay, there we go. Seitengrat. You don't even know how many times it took me, how many tries I had recording this video. This video took me like it took me many hours. I didn't count how many attempts, but it took me many hours to finally get this working with a somewhat nice pattern. I've had so many 10,000 plus patterns that I just didn't take because they just way too far away for a video. So yeah, this is the Seitengrat manipulation. It is, as I said, it's inconsistent from this part, and as I said, minus 23 is the one early pattern that works for me. If it doesn't work for you, try minus 22, try minus 21. Maybe even minus 24, just try it out. For me, minus 23 works. Yeah, that's how I do get Seitengrat on the Nintendo Switch. It is the only consistent way from what we know so far of how it works. And I hope I was able to help a little bit. I also, in the same breath, I want to apologize to every single person who asked for an explanation for this. manipulation, and I told everyone it is not possible. However, it was possible, but I didn't know there was a tool like this out there at the time when I was doing my PS4 manipulation tutorial for the Seitengrat. I really didn't know about it, so I'm very, very sorry that I didn't know and I told you something that was not true, that was wrong from my side, so I really, really, really want to apologize from my side. That I quote-unquote lied to you, even though I just didn't know. I really just didn't know. And yeah. One more thing about the Xbox version. I don't know how it works on there. I assume it is the exact same way as the Switch version. So you would have to play around with that if you play on the Xbox version of the Zodiac Age. That's my guess. I have not tried it myself. So you would have to try. This RNG manipulation also does work with other chests. I can show you in a later video if you want to. Write down in the comments if you want to see that, yes or no. But I hope this Seitengrat tutorial helped you. I hope you can get it as well. It was an absolute pain to get this video working because it's very inconsistent. So don't be sad or annoyed if you don't get it the first try. It's really inconsistent and pretty difficult if you have to go through all those areas which are very RNG heavy. So yeah, with that said, thank you everyone for watching. Sorry again that I didn't know about the RNG manipulation on Switch and PC. But I hope I was able to get back at you with the explanation for the now finally figured out Seitengrat manipulation for Switch and PC. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.